streaming. Perfect. Okay. Let's go. Videos. All right. Hello everyone, can you all hear me? All right, I see some of you. If you can hear me and you can see me, please drop a message. Hello everyone, can you all hear me? Okay, let me just... All right, I see some of you. If you can hear me and you can see me, please drop a message. Hello everyone, can you all hear me? Okay, let me just... All right, I see some... Right. Okay, let's see. All right, hi Jiaen. Yes, okay, great. Javen, hi, good morning. All right, good morning everybody. Can you all hear and see me clearly? I know there's a bit of a lag, but do drop me a word. Okay, hello Sishan, Junxian, Javen, Joyce, Jiaen, Reese, Shaden, Jared. I see you all, great. Kaylin, hi. Hope you're all having a good holiday. Can you all drop me just the word, let's see, can you spell the word permission in your chat window so you can see me and you can tell me that you can hear me. Please spell the word permission. Okay, hi Chun Hong. All right, I see you all. I see, yes, very good, thank you. Ziting as well, excellent, wonderful. Okay, great, excellent. So it looks like I am good to go. The presentation today will be rather short. Then I'll be setting you some more work to do in Edmodo. So like I mentioned in the message board, please remember to update your Edmodo passwords because the assignments that I'll ask you to do are loaded there. All right, for those of you who are not from 6A, you're welcome. You can watch the video as well, but some of the assignments will not be available to you. But if you wish to attempt them, I will attach them to the YouTube telecast later. Okay, so for the rest of us, please, if you have a computer with you and you're logged onto a computer that allows you to have multiple windows open, have one window open for this YouTube video and have another window open to Edmodo and log on to that because you see that I've posted some assignments there. All right, okay, so I think that Shaden, perhaps you might want to use a set of earphones because everybody else might be okay. So try to use a pair of earphones. Okay, I'll speak up a little bit louder, but I'm already very close to the speakers, to the microphone. So please try to use a pair of earphones. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can set something up a little bit better. Okay, right. Is this better? Okay, I've increased the input volume, so it should be a little louder. I hope that that's okay. Yes, okay, great, all right. Okay, wonderful. All right, without any further ado, if you can all hear me, yes, great, excellent, thank you. Right. Without further ado, I will begin the lesson today. Right, today we are going to be only looking at one strategy, but I will have another video tomorrow. I will send out a message to all of you, but it will be about the same time tomorrow. I will cover the next strategy, but today I want to talk about show not tell because even though we've covered this in primary 3 and 4, I realized that we've either stopped using it or we aren't using it very well. Okay, so today I'll be presenting you with 2 case scenarios on how you can use show not tell, and I'll give you an exercise to practice it at the end of today. Okay, hi, good morning, welcome, and very good of you to join us. As I'm going through this lesson, please pay attention to what I'm saying. I will give you 2 areas for application. So I'll need you to reply. When you do reply, please reply through the YouTube chat. If, however, you are viewing this on an account that doesn't allow you to participate in the YouTube chat, you can WhatsApp me and I'll be able to see your answers on my phone. Okay, so there are two ways you can respond to this video. One is through the YouTube chat, but I am aware that some of you have account restrictions, so you can also use your WhatsApp chats to reply to me. Please don't reply through Edmodo because I will not be checking Edmodo until after this entire video is over. This is a live stream, so I only am able to check these two sources. Okay, so let's begin for today's lesson. All right, great. I'm glad to see that so many of you are here today. I think there's easily more than, wow, there's more than 20 of you. It's the best attendance we've had so far. So well done, everybody. Let me just do a quick head count of how many people are on. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 participants. That's great. 19, 20. All right. All right, that's Jaxif just logging in. Very good. All right, so today we are going to talk about show not tell. I'm not going to ask you to write an entire composition because I think that it's a bit too laborious. So today we are just going to focus on short sentences and how you can apply this strategy even more effectively and combine show not tell with what we've already learned about adjectives and adverbs that add more color and description and detail to our writing. Because ultimately, when we're writing a story, we want to draw the audience in and we want to make our story as interactive, attractive, and detail-packed as possible. And however we do this, will ensure that our readers remain interested in our story from start to finish, and that will translate to better performance if we are looking at an exam context, or to better engagement if you're looking at entertaining people through our writing. Okay, so today let's take a look at some examples of how we can use show not tell even more effectively than we've done so far. Right, so the first way that I want us to consider show not tell to be applied is through the use of verbs and adverbs. All right, so when we use verbs and adverbs, right, we try to use it in a way that doesn't tell the reader what we are trying to say, but rather we allow the reader to form his or her own inferences about what we are trying to describe or to bring across in our stories. That way, we are treating the reader as an intelligent participant in our stories and not just a passive recipient. Right? We are making them think, we are making them form ideas and follow clues to arrive at certain conclusions. In this case, right, if you look at the example, if I were to simply write Jane was bored, right, then you will realize that actually I'm just telling the reader that Jane was bored. The reader is passive. The reader doesn't actively engage the story. Okay. However, if I were to include a whole array of descriptions and details like yawning widely, Jane tapped her fingers incessantly against the table as she glanced repeatedly at the clock. So imagine someone sitting at the table, yawning widely, tapping her fingers, looking at the clock, right? Obviously, you can infer very clearly that she's bored. But instead of saying that, I'm describing the scene so that as the reader, I can visualize and arrive at that conclusion by myself. All right? So far, this should be very clear. This should be very easy. We've done this before, right? But now I want to drill down and look at how I arrive at this particular description. I'm actually using verbs and adverbs dynamically. I'm combining them together to form a particular effect. In this case, the effect is to show you the actions of the character so that you can form an idea about how the character is feeling. I don't tell you how she's feeling, I describe how Jane is acting. So she's yawning, she yawns widely, she taps her fingers incessantly. Incessantly means repeatedly, right? Repeatedly, that's right. Not impatiently, John, repeatedly. Incessantly means that you do it without stopping again and again and again. Another example might be, mother reminded me incessantly to bring my lunchbox to school and I still forgot. So reminded me incessantly would mean to keep on repeating herself until I left the house, right? So incessantly means repeatedly, okay? Right, so Yawning widely, Jane tapped her fingers incessantly against the table as she glanced repeatedly at the clock. Tells me Jane was bored. And I'm using, right, in this case, yawning is a present participle. Remember, the ing form of the verb at the beginning of a sentence is always the present participle form, and is a very effective way to start the sentence. If I don't want to keep starting the sentence with a noun, right? Jane, 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 Jane. Very boring. So I can push the verb to the front. Yawning widely, right? Jane tapped her fingers incessantly. So tapped is a verb. Instead of, using a normal word, I'm replacing it with a slightly more advanced verb, tapped. Incessantly is an adverb that describes the verb tapped. Tapped incessantly and glanced repeatedly. Instead of saying she looked at the clock, I replace looked, which is a very overused verb, with a more powerful verb like glanced, meaning very quickly. I glanced. Glanced repeatedly, again and again. So the word incessantly and the word repeatedly reinforce each other to show the impatience and the boredom of your character Jane. Right, can you all see that? There is a connection between both the actions as well as the adverbs that describe the actions. And this gives me a very powerful picture of a girl who is bored. All right, a girl who is bored. So I'm sure you all kind of understand. All right. All right. Hello, Martin. Welcome to the chat. I'm sure you all kind of understand. So now I'll give you a chance to practice this. All right. Remember, we are only focusing on verbs and adverbs in order to form an inference about a character's emotional state. Okay, in this case, she's bored. So what does she do? How do I show her boredom without telling? I yawn widely, I tap my fingers incessantly, and I glance repeatedly at the clock. Right, that shows me the boredom of the character. Right, now let's try a slightly different emotion, and I'm going to give you all a chance to try this out. Type your responses in the YouTube chat or on WhatsApp, and I'll reply to you through the WhatsApp chat group or through the YouTube live stream before showing you my answer to this next question. So are you all ready? If you're ready, please give me a thumbs up on the YouTube chat or on the WhatsApp chat, whichever you are able to respond on, so that I can move on to the next slide. I'll wait for you to do so. All right, I have an okay from Shaden, a thumbs up from Kaylin, Jared, Javen, Jared again, Martin, Reese has 2 thumbs up. All right, Arai, Jaxis says okay, John gives me an okay, Ziting gives me a thumbs up, very good. Junxian gives me a thumbs up, Chloe with a thumbs up, Megan, Chun Hong with thumbs ups as well. Right, Charlene, very good. Oscar, okay. All right, Sishen, yes, excellent. Wow, Jaden Liao, there's quite a number of you out there, wonderful. Okay, excellent. So everybody is ready. Now I'm going to unleash this example on you. So give it a try. Remember, use verbs and adverbs first. I know there are other ways to show not tell, but in this case, I want you to focus on using verbs and adverbs, and I'll correct you if your examples are not reflecting verbs and adverbs, right? Remember, you can also use present participles to start your sentence, like I did, yawning, right? Let's go. And Joyce and Jia-en as well. Okay, great. So let's go. Let's take a look at this. All right. So I'm using the same subject. Jane was angry. But now I want us to use the same format using present participles, some verbs and adverbs, construct a sentence, obviously quite a complex sentence, like what I showed you earlier. Remember? Okay. Construct a sentence and type it out in the YouTube live chat window or on WhatsApp, and I'll take a look at your answers. Okay, so let me show you again the previous example. Yawning widely, Jane tapped her fingers incessantly against the table as she glanced repeatedly at the clock. So I have 1 present participle, 2 verbs, and 2 adverbs. All right, let's see if you can construct something similar. If not, then maybe just 1 present participle, 1 verb, and one adverb will do. Okay, but remember, it's no longer about being bored, it's about being angry. All right, so I want to show her anger without using the word angry. I want to show how Jane was angry. All right, so I'll give you some time to type out your responses. I will look out for it on the YouTube chat group, and after about 2 or 3 minutes, I am going to show you my answer. Okay, so if you can, formulate your answer and share it with everybody. It's all right if you make some mistakes. This is the right place for us to be learning together and making mistakes. So every mistake is an opportunity to learn a little bit more so that you don't make that mistake again. So never fear making mistakes. Just give it your best shot, and Mr. Pang will appreciate the effort that you're putting in so that you can improve. All right, so never be afraid to make mistakes. Give it your best shot. If you're not able to form a long sentence like I did with a present participle, 2 verbs and 2 adverbs, you might just want to try present participle, 1 verb and 1 adverb. All right, that might be sufficient for you, and that'll be good enough for me, but I want to push you to try. Right, let's take a look. All right, we have our first entrant. Chloe says, flushing a beetroot shade of red, steam could be seen coming out of Jane's ears. All right, her fists were clenched tightly, waiting to punch someone. That's beautiful, wonderful. Okay, screeching her teeth. Martin, I'm not sure you can screech your teeth. Maybe clenching her teeth would be a better word to use than screeching. Screeching is a sound word, usually describes a scream or a shout or a very high-pitched noise. Okay, so very good. Started ranting, punched the wall. Right, so I love that. Okay, ranting is another present participle. Punch the wall forcefully. Very good, wonderful. Okay, Chloe, yours was great as well. I had some. Beetroot shade of red would be more of adjective. Okay, but remember to try to use verbs and adverbs. Okay, Jane's face turned as red as tomato. Again, Joyce, red as a tomato is more of an adjective. It's good, it shows me, but try to use verbs. Okay, stamped her foot. Very good. Stamped is a verb. In frustration, good. Eyes flashing with anger. Very good. Okay, turned red and her veins started to bulge. Okay, so started, remember, to bulge, to verb, ziting, to bulge, not too bulged. Okay, burning in anguish. Oscar, I wouldn't use the word anguish. Anguish is more pain, right? We're talking about anger, so maybe burning in frustration, perhaps, a different word than anger. Stormed, very good. Jane stormed towards Tom. Stormed is a very good word to replace ran. But how did she storm? Stormed, perhaps you might want to use an adverb to describe the word stormed. Right, that's wonderful. Very nice examples. Okay. Fuming madly, very good. John, fuming is a very nice word. Madly, fuming is kind of like, you're boiling with anger. Fuming madly, madly is kind of like an adverb that describes fuming. Paced, how did Jane pace the room? Paced the room, frustratedly. She paced the room. I guess you could use the word angrily. Okay, fuming irately. Irately is another word for angrily. Very good. Jancis, clenched her fist tightly, perhaps. Tightly to describe the clenching. Gritted her teeth. Right, very good. Lovely. Okay, so gritted is another verb. Jane's hands clenched tightly. Very good. Into a fist. Smoke came billowing out of her nose. That's kind of like a hyperbole, an exaggeration. Okay, but yeah, that's good. But kind of like be very careful how you describe it, because smoke blowing out of her nose is not exactly, it's kind of cartoonish in description. So you might want to say something like, so for Jaxis, you might want to say Jane's fist clenched tightly, and it looked as if smoke was billowing out of her ears. All right, so usually when you're angry, smoke comes out of your ears rather than your nose. Okay, gritting her teeth with ferocity. Very good. But in this case, Shun Hong, maybe ferociously, because it's an adverb. You want to use adverbs to describe your verbs. With ferocity is also fine. but ferociously would be an easier way to do it. Jane's grip on her mug tightened drastically. Very good. Oh, well, with a thirst for vengeance, that's great. So you're using some similes as well. Wonderful. Chun Hong is using similes just like Chloe did earlier on. Very good. Gritting her teeth tightly, Jane clenched the fist as she heaved an unpleasant frown. Okay, so you don't heave an unpleasant sound, Junxian. The rest is wonderful, but you kind of like, as she displayed or as she frowned, as she grimaced unpleasantly. Okay, grimaced might be a better word in this case. Okay, frowning. Okay, very good, Megan. Jane clenched her fist and slammed the table. So clenched her fist, describe it with an adverb tightly, slammed the table loudly or angrily or, you know, furiously. Those might be good adverbs to add to the verb slammed and clenched. Beautiful, everybody. You're doing so well today. Okay, frowning, Jane threw a tantrum. Remember to keep your tenses in the past. Sishan, Jane threw a tantrum and ran, perhaps you might want to say she sprinted angrily or furiously out of the classroom. So remember to attach an adverb to describe your verb. Okay, Javen, gritting her teeth tightly, yes. Clenched her fist, turned as red as tomato. Great, that's wonderful. Okay. Okay, so Jared, be very careful and increase heart rate at dry mouth. These are not verbs or adverbs. Remember, we are trying to focus on using present participle verbs and adverbs in this exercise, right? So Jane shouted. How did she shout? Jane bellowed, perhaps. Bellowed angrily, furiously, right? So Jared, be very careful. We're talking about verbs and adverbs here. Keep the focus on the type of words we're trying to use, okay? Clenching her fists tightly, perhaps. Charlene. Jane slammed the table. Right? I like the word slammed. It's a very nice word to replace bang. Slammed the table, slammed the table mightily or slammed the table loudly, okay, with huge force, right? Huge force is loudly. As her mood became foul, good. Okay, so Shaden's trying to describe punching the wall. Okay, her hatred-filled fist. Hatred-filled would be a hyphenated word, all right? Widening her eyes, very good. Widening is a good, this is a very good example of an uncommon present participle verb. Widening her eyes, she clenched her fist and gritted her teeth, waiting for the right moment to bring out the mighty cane. Wonderful. Okay, great. You guys are doing very well. So you get the idea, right? I think some of you have done even better than me. So I'm going to show you my example now, right, before we move on to the next section. Great, we've already taken up 20 minutes. So I promised that today's session will be short, so I won't take too long. So this is my version of angry, right? Snarling. Snarling, as you know, is it's almost an animal kind of anger, right? Snarling ferociously, right? So ferociously is an adverb that describes how Jane was snarling. Jane clenched her fist. So many of you had clenched her fist. Very good. Clenched her fist tightly and stamped her foot. So some of you had stamped her foot as well. So that's great. I mean, you guys have done as good, if not better than me in describing Jane's anger. So remember this, all right? Choose that most important part of the scene of your story. If you are doing bullying, then it's that part where the bully is confronting you. Then you can use these kinds of techniques to describe the bully's reaction. Because remember, the climax is the bullying scene. And in the bullying scene, you want to make it as vivid and engaging as possible so that your readers can get inserted into the scene and feel the anger or the ferocity or the animosity or the hatred of the bully towards you. And using adverbs that color the verb to make it stronger will allow your action sequences and your scenes, your confrontations to be a lot more effective, all right? So snarling ferociously, Jane clenched her fists and stamped her foot, right? So you can almost imagine the kind of anger and furious energy that Jane is exuding, right? So this is very important. So very good. I think you guys have very good. Thank you. I'm glad you all understand. And I hope that this has helped you a little bit more towards employing show not tell. It's a simple but very powerful technique. If you master it, then anytime you're writing a narrative or a personal recount, you'll find that it becomes very easy to draw your readers in. Okay, so Let's see. Some of you have not yet responded, but please try to give it a go because it's important that you're able to follow along. Okay? Yes. All right. I'm going to give everybody a minute more just to look at the examples that the others have written. I think some of them have written some very, very good examples. You can actually copy or learn from their techniques. All right. Take a look, or you can scroll up on the WhatsApp chat group. On the YouTube live stream chat, and you can take a look at some of the responses that your friends have made. I'll give you a minute to take a look before I move on to the next section, okay? In the next section, I'll be moving beyond verbs and adverbs. I'll be looking at nouns and adjectives, okay? So a minute on the clock to take a look at the examples that your friends have written, which I feel are very nice. I'm going to copy some of these responses later, and I'm going to post it in the Edmodo assignment as an example for you guys to follow. Okay, later on you'll be doing an assignment based on this, so I think this will be some very good examples to draw. Okay, so I'll give you a minute, right, while I go get a drink. Okay, so take a look at the examples. I'll be back in a minute and we'll continue with this presentation. Right, take a break as well. In a minute I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Is everybody ready? All right, Jaden, shouting ferociously. Jane slammed the table forcefully as she impatiently waited for her food to arrive. That's great. Wonderful. Okay. All right. All right. Great. There are some mistakes and some errors in your sentences, but it's okay. I'm glad that you've tried and you've at least made some attempts. Some of you haven't yet, but I'm not gonna wait for everybody. It's okay. Right, if you are all ready to proceed on to the next and last section, please give me a thumbs up so that I know you are ready. Okay? Thumbs up. All right, great. Awesome. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow, this has got to be the best attendance we have had. Let me just check in. Great job, Alison. Frowning angrily, Jane's cheeks turned a deep shade of red with anger. Okay, frowning is indeed a present participle. Angrily is indeed an adverb that describes that. Jane's cheeks turned a deep shade of red is more of an adjective. All right, but You've got all the prerequisites. Very good. You can do even better. Good job. Well done, and thank you for participating. All right, Jaden, great. Jaden has yes. All right. Let's see, anything else? Anybody else? Okay, very good. Well done, everybody. Let's see, has everyone responded? Okay, let's move on. Oh, okay, right, yeah, right. Thanks, Jared, for informing me of that. Okay, let's move on to the next section now. We're going to look at how nouns, and specifically proper nouns, can help us to further improve the quality and the descriptiveness of our writing. Okay, so before I carry on, maybe just a quick pop quiz to everybody who's watching and who's able to respond. Can you give me the definition for a proper noun and an example of one? Let me repeat myself. Give me a definition of what a proper noun is and an example of one. Go ahead and type your answers into the box, into the YouTube chat group or into your WhatsApp chat. Okay? Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right, Jensis. That sounds like you've got it off the internet, but good enough for me. A proper noun is a noun that identifies a single entity or a single object or person or place and is used to refer to that entity or object or person or place, such as London. So it's a specific or special individual, object, or place, right? So in this case, London is a proper noun. Very good. So that's an example. The rest of you, everybody, please give it a try. Remember, try to participate in this live stream so that it becomes more interactive and we can look at and learn from each other and not just from Mr. Pang, all right? I shall sip my coffee as I give you some time to respond before I move on to the next slide. Let's have a few more responses on what is a proper noun. So define a proper noun and give me an example of a proper noun. Okay, right, so it's a special noun, not just a normal noun, right? So a chair or a table wouldn't qualify as a proper noun, would it? Right? It would have to be something special. So it identifies a special or specific place, person, or event. Okay, yes. Right, Hougang Mall, very good. Okay, Mr. Pang, that's right. Jared, that's correct. Singapore, that's correct. Jane, all of these are proper nouns, yes. Mona Lisa, thank you, Martin. That's a very good example of a painting or a person, depending on how you see it. Zhenxian, yes, a specific name, particular place, right? Specific, particular, these are very powerful, very good words that narrow down a proper noun to a particular place, person, thing, or event. Okay, very good, wonderful. I think that's good enough. So let's move on now to the next section. Oh, sorry. Before that, I've included this body actions chart for all of you. Okay, we can try this later. Okay, so let's move on to this first. Okay, so take a look at this. So proper nouns and adjectives, right, can again lead your reader to form a particular inference about a character or event in the story and to add very good details and information to help them infer about that character or that event. All right, so in this case, the dog was beautiful. All right, so I'm telling you the dog was beautiful, but I'm not telling you how the dog was beautiful. I'm just letting you know that, and that's very passive, right? As a reader, I might feel like vaguely insulted. You know, why are you telling me? Why can't I draw my own conclusions that the dog is beautiful? So the second example show the golden retriever had silky soft fur, the color of burnished gold. Its hazelnut eyes shone with intelligence and affection. Now, don't you agree with me that the second example is way more powerful than the first, right? it's doing two things, right? One is giving you additional information about the dog, its specific breed. It's not just any dog, because there are many breeds of dogs. It's a golden retriever. And notice I have highlighted it in blue because golden retriever is a proper noun. It is a specific breed of dog, a particular breed of dog. And it's not just any dog, it's a golden retriever. Then I go on to describe this golden retriever. It has soft, silky fur. And the fur is the color not just of gold, not just of yellow, but of burnished gold. Burnished refers to gold that has been polished to a mirror-like shine. Okay, so imagine this dog has fur that is so golden and so shiny that it looks reflective. That is the picture I'm trying to show you through my description. So if I read that the golden retriever has soft silky fur, that it is the color of burnished or polished gold, that it has hazelnut eyes that are shining with intelligence and affection, won't you agree with me that my inference would be, this is a beautiful dog. It's a gorgeous looking dog. So that's how I show and not tell. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, there is a mistake. Thank you, Chloe, for spotting that. Let me just correct it right now before I get on with it. This is well spotted, everybody. Here you go. Now it's all fixed, okay? Golden retriever, right? Thank you. There you are, Kaylin. Kaylin, you weren't participating in the previous question. I expect you to answer this next one, okay? Right. So, let's see. Okay, so I'm sure you all agree that the second example, the golden retriever had soft, silky fur, the color of burnished gold, its hazelnut eyes shone with intelligence and affection, is much better than the dog was beautiful. All right? So, I want you to tell me, or rather, I want you to take a look at the contrast and see how this is different from the previous example. Remember, previously, we were dealing with verbs and adverbs, and that had to do with making the scene or the action much more vivid. All right? So in that case, it was about Jane being angry, or it was about Jane being bored. So I was showing it through her actions, right? She was tapping her fingers incessantly, repeatedly glancing at the clock. Those were actions. But in this case, the dog is not doing anything. It's just standing there. But I'm describing the dog's physical attributes or appearance, right? So in this case, the dog isn't just any dog, it's a golden retriever. I'm using a proper noun, right? The breed of the dog is stated there. And then it had soft, silky fur, right? So the texture, the sensation of running my finger through its fur is also communicated. The color of the fur, it's the color of soft, burnished gold. And its eyes, the appearance of its eyes, hazelnut, it's brown in color, hazelnut eyes, shone with intelligence and affection. So I'm using proper nouns, adjectives of color, descriptive phrases, adjectives of texture to give a description of the dog that is way more vivid than the dog was beautiful. So boring, right? So I hope this helps, right? So again, our second assignment is now for you to construct a complex sentence using proper nouns, adjectives, and descriptive phrases. Some of you already did that in the previous example. You were talking about as red as a tomato, right? Smoke billowing out of his ears. All of these are descriptive phrases. You can use them now, all right? This is the place for it. Just now was actions, now it's appearances, all right? So let's take a look at this example, right? So I want you now to look at a pencil case. And again, I'm using the word nice. Never use nice in your composition because nice tells you nothing, right? Just like beautiful tells you nothing unless you give specific descriptions of how a dog is beautiful, what kind of dog it is. In this case, what kind of pencil case is it? What is its brand? What is its, appearance? How does it look nice? Would be your mission, okay? Let me just show you the previous one again. So, dog becomes golden retriever. Fur, texture, color, right, and appearance is described, okay? In this case, pencil case, right, what would the pencil case become? And how would I describe its niceness? Please take some time to type out your answers in the YouTube live chat or in WhatsApp, and I will respond and give some comments on what you're doing. Again, I remind all of you, be bold and be brave to make mistakes, right? That's how you learn. If you don't make mistakes, if you are afraid and you keep yourself from trying, then you'll never progress and you'll never get better. Okay, so this applies to anything you do, in this case to English, and in this case to show not tell, using adjectives and proper nouns to construct a sentence. Okay, so the pencil case, what kind of a pencil case? What brand of a pencil case? Nice. How is it nice? What is its appearance? How does it feel like? What color is it? Its size, perhaps you might even want to talk about. Its appearance, its texture, right? Its functions. Go ahead. You can integrate as many or as few as you like. But at the very least, I like a proper noun. So a name, right? So this pencil case must have some kind of a branding, some kind of a name. It's an expensive pencil case, perhaps, and then some adjectives. Okay, let's see. Smiggle. Okay, so I knew that name was going to come out. Okay, very good. Right. The Smiggles pencil case, shone in the bright sun. Very good. Shone in the bright sun is a descriptive phrase. Texture, smooth as a lubricated floor. Wonderful. So its texture was as smooth as a lubricated floor. That's great. Okay, it was amazing, right? That's a descriptive phrase that sums up the description. Thank you, Shaden. That's a very good try indeed. Pencil case caught my eye. Very good. How did it catch my eye, Jancis? Its calm, aesthetic colors were perfect. Okay, so go a little bit into detail there, Jancis. What were its colors? What were its calm, aesthetic colors? Maybe you might want to say its calm, aesthetic colors of blue and purple were perfectly balanced. Okay, you might want to extend it a little bit more, Jancis. The soft fur, the soft furry texture, not fur texture, was amazing. That's great. Beautiful. Right? Pencil case was as shiny as a diamond. Very good use of a simile, John. As shiny as a diamond. Its bright and bold patterns caught the eye. Great. But give me more details. Its bright and bold patterns of what? Of race cars, of, stripes, of polka dots, right? So you might want to give me more descriptive detail. Very good. Meticulously crafted, that's adverb and verb. Okay, that was from the previous section. That's fine. Crimson red, that's a color. It's shone, past tense, not shine, but shone brightly. Very good. Under the sun. I'm not sure what is my confident. I think it's confident, but that's inappropriately used in this case, right? I was awestruck by its grandeur. The word grandeur is not applicable here because you can't describe a pencil case as being grand, all right? Beautiful, yes. Intricate, beautifully done, yes, but not really grandeur. Right, smooth as water, not really. I wouldn't say smooth as water. I wouldn't use that. Use the previous one, smooth as a lubricated floor by Shaden. That looks much better. The Converse pencil case, so that's a brand, that's a proper noun. Very good, Charlene. Shining with beauty as its bright colors, blue and yellow, shone in the sun. Very good. So blue and yellow is specific colors. You might also want to go into more detail about how it shone. It glittered in the sun, perhaps, if you want to use a better word. Glittered might be better than shone. Okay, Chloe, glossy salmon pink. Very good. So Chloe is using a adjective chain. Remember we talked about chain combinations. Glossy salmon pink smiggle pencil case. Wonderful. Glossy texture, salmon pink color, smiggle, proper noun, pencil case, shone brightly. Very good. Brightly is an adverb in the lights. Jane inched closer to it. The fabric was as smooth as a polished floor. Very good, like Shaden. Probably one of a kind in the world. Very good. One of a kind is a descriptive phrase. Great, Chloe. Great job. Megan, pink pencil case. Great. From Smiggle. Very good. Was strawberry scented. So I have the first description of the smell. Great. Rainbow colored soft fur on it. That's beautiful. Okay, so rainbow colored soft fur on it. So there's some texture description to it. Thank you, Megan Quack. Smiggle pencil case, many different emojis. So pictures of emojis, different colors shown on it. And also had a built-in calculator. That's great, Jared. So there's some functionality that you're describing there. Okay, very good. Green pencil case, glisten. Very good. The word glisten is beautiful. Brightly under the glaring sun as the pattern pencil case. What pattern, Jinxian? Describe the pattern as the polka dot pattern or as the striped pattern pencil case. So be a bit more descriptive, but good job. Okay, shiny as gold, bright, bold, red dots shining in the sun. Keep your tenses in the past sitting. Okay, right, very good. Pencil case by Smiggle was multifunctional. Very good. Multifunctional is a very good word, Reese. Mini calculator and even a secret compartment, not component, but compartment. It was a bright pastel rainbow shade. You must use the word shade to describe rainbow, and sprinkled with holographic glitter. Beautiful. I love the idea of holographic glitter, meaning three-dimensional. It looks as if it's popping out of the surface of the pencil case. Great job, Reese. Disney pencil case, very good, Joyce. Disney is a brand. From Smiggle caught everyone's eyes in the class. As it glowed under the sun, everyone was amazed. Great. But Joyce, give me more detail. Its color, its pattern, its texture. Give me more details, right? You can do even better than that, right? Calm aesthetic colors of yellow and orange. Very good, Jensis. You improved on it. Were well balanced. Wonderful. Okay. Its reflections glittered brightly in the sun. Yes. All right. It's furry with a double R. Furry texture was as smooth as a marble floor. Okay, good. Leather pencil case, very good. Sishan, you use a material, leather pencil case. Was in an authentic, remember? An before a vowel sound, authentic. In an authentic color. What was the color? Okay, and how was it sewn to the leather? All right, so you've got to describe more. Okay, so what was the color of the leather pencil case? How was the texture of the leather as you felt it with your hands? What was its defining characteristic? How did it appear? Chloe, debatable. Furry surface as smooth as a marble floor. Perhaps Jancis is trying to describe the fact that the fur is so fine that it feels almost as smooth as a marble floor. But yes, I agree with you, it's borderline controversial, so maybe don't talk about that. Maybe you want to say that the fur was as smooth as velvet. All right, you might want to use velvet as a description comparison instead of a marble floor, because a marble floor tends to be hard and smooth. Whereas fur tends to be soft and smooth. Okay, I hope that kind of clears it up. But you guys are great. I love the examples. I'm going to give a little bit more time for some people who take a little bit longer to formulate their answers. Excuse me, I'm looking at some of you who have not answered from the previous assignment to now. Please give it a try. Don't just sit and listen. Remember, active interaction with this lesson will help you remember it better, right? If you just let it go past you, you might not internalize or learn the lessons as effectively. So I strongly encourage you, you know who I'm looking at, to please give it a try. Even if it's a simple construct, a simple sentence, it will help you to cement or remember these points better. Okay, wow. Where has the time gone? We are 45 minutes into this lesson already, and I'm coming to a quick landing, all right? The Gucci pencil case. All right, that's great. Thank you, Javen. Colored in bright red and gold, all right, as it shone like diamonds under the sun, right? Like a diamond, because it's one pencil case, it shone like a diamond under the sun. All right, very good. Before noon, Jancis, this will end. I'm ending very soon in the next, I hope, 10 minutes if there aren't too many more responses, okay? You guys are great, right? This is great. Wonderful. Very good. Finally, the shiny pencil case from Typo. Typo, if it's the name of a company, should be capital, but good. Was scented as sweet fruits. Very good. It glistened brightly in the sun. Its fabric was a bright shade of teal. I like the word teal. Teal is this color, right? Teal with a touch of glitter. All right. No worries, Kaylin. Thank you for participating. I'm ending soon as well, okay? Thank you all. Let me just show you my example. The Smiggle pencil case glittered with a rainbow hue. The word hue means like a light color. Its surface covered with gorgeous illustrations of Lamborghinis and Ferraris. So I'm using two sets of proper nouns here. Smiggle, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. These are all brand names, right? So I'm using them kind of to give even more vivid detail. So my readers can picture these repeated patterns of like supercars on the surface of this Smiggle pencil case and its gorgeous illustrations, glittering with rainbow hue, right? Shiny. So that is quite descriptive, but I think some of you have done an even better job than me in your descriptions of the pencil case. So good job. So remember, use proper nouns in conjunction with or in combination with adjectives to give even more detail and specific detail to your readers. All right, and this is very powerful. If you combine what we've just done with verbs and adverbs, and now with proper nouns and adjectives, your composition will end up being extremely dense with good detail that will make it so easy to draw your reader into the story. Okay, so good job, everybody. And now, finally, to end off everything, I'm not going to do the other activity because it's a little too long. I would like all of you to finish this at home, all right? So today, spend 10 minutes doing your free writing assignment. It's in Edmodo. Let me show it to you, right? I'll show you all 3 of these assignments now, okay? So let me just, okay, over here, right? So first of all, please write out a very quick 10-15 minute free writing on a Word document of this next theme for our next composition, right? We're going to start our composition now so that when school reopens, we'll have a little bit more time to do other things, okay? So the theme of the next composition is achieving your goal. So remember, before we start a theme, we always do free writing. So write 10-15 minutes. Don't think so much about it. Just write out 10-15 minutes as much as you can, like what we did in class the last time. Everything about a goal that you've achieved. I've put down 7 helping questions to help you guide your writing. Just write 10-15 minutes and submit it here by the end of today. So this is your work for today. Free writing, 10-15 minutes, write it out, bang it out on a Word document, submit it, and I'll have a look at it, okay? Then your second assignment is to do this activity on show, not tell. This is linked to what we've learned today, right? No grammar, spelling, I don't care, right? Megan Quack, don't worry about free writing, grammar, free writing, spelling, all of that is not really important, okay? So the second assignment that you have to do today is your show, not tell. This is linked to the video that I've just gone through with you, and I will again go through this video. I'll post it on Edmodo, and you'll be able to refer to it. This is the activity. Please complete your show, not tell in the box here, type it out and submit it as an Edmodo assignment, right? In this case, I would like you to apply show, not tell to a beautiful pair of rollerblades that you've just received as a present, okay? So this will be your second piece of homework. And your third piece of homework, which is not due today, you can do it anytime this week, is to write your first draft for composition 3, achieving a goal, okay? So have a look at it. Again, this first draft doesn't need to be perfect. We'll work on it and we'll rework it again, and we'll add all these techniques in as we go along until it becomes like a super composition, right? With all the techniques that I'll review with you over the next few days. But I'd like you to get started on writing it so that you have something to work with, okay? If you don't, it's fine, but try to finish it by maybe tomorrow, okay? So one draft, type it out, submit this draft here. I won't mark it yet. We'll keep on refining and improving that draft by adding in all these techniques like show, not tell. Tomorrow I'll do a different strategy. I'll tell you all what it is tomorrow, and then we'll add that to our draft, and that draft will become better and better until finally we'll arrive at a draft that is in the high 30s out of 40 for score, okay? So I recap again, right, for today. Free writing, you must do this by today, 10-15 minutes, just write about achieving a goal. Show, not tell, you must do this by today. Finish up the writing, submit it. Composition 3, draft 1, you can do this at any time, today, tomorrow, the next day, but try to finish it by tomorrow. And then tomorrow, same time, same channel, we'll have another shorter session on a different strategy so we can combine all these strategies together. So today, we've done show, not tell, all right? Tomorrow will be a live stream again, so we can participate and work together. I love this format because I'm seeing your responses and I can interact and correct and give you feedback real time, okay? Same time, right? 11 o'clock. Actually, tomorrow, if possible, maybe start a bit earlier, 10 o'clock. I'll let you all know, but likely 10 o'clock, right? Maybe 10 o'clock. So we have a bit more time. Today I'm rushing because I know some of you have CCA, you have to leave and you have to go to the school. In fact, I'm going to school as well, so I've got to leave soon too. Okay, so I'll update all of you. I'll send out a message. Please keep each other informed. Jancis, Javen, I'll send out a message to you guys as well. Okay, and thank you all for participating in today's live stream. I'm going to end it now. Those of you who have any more questions, you can post the questions in the chat. I'm going to school because I'm finishing your marking and I'm setting up some stuff in the classroom for next term. I've got some gadgets to set up. Okay, so if you are in school and you'd like to meet up or you'd like to ask some questions or whatever, just come look for me. I'll be in the the computer lab 3 on the 4th floor. Okay. Yes, I will, Jiaen. I will send you the time as well. Don't worry. Okay. CCA from 9 to 10:30. Oh yes, Joyce. Okay, in that case, then maybe I'll start at 11 so that everybody can participate. Thanks for telling me, Joyce. I'll start at 11 then. Okay, I think that's all the volleyball players as well. Okay, no worries. Alison is telling me the same thing. 11 a.m. tomorrow then. Okay, I'm sorry, I just saw your response, Alison. The pink and purple colors of the expensive braided pencil case contrasted perfectly with one another, creating a gradient. That's beautiful. Colors, adverbs, great. All right, good job, Alison. That's a beautiful answer as well. Okay, can it be in the afternoon? Chung Hong asks. I would prefer for it to be earlier in the day. Then you have the rest of the day to work on the assignments that I set you. Let me know if you have any problems with 11 a.m. tomorrow, okay? Jaden Sim, the reflection of the light from the brightly colored sequences of the Gucci pencil case made it look like it was made of precious jewels. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I see, okay. Good work, Jaden Sim. I loved that example as well. Okay, let's see what we can arrange. Okay, right. If there's no other questions, if everybody is okay, then I'm going to end the live stream here. If you have any more questions that you think of after the live stream is over, you can always message me. The live chat will continue for a while longer. Otherwise, thank you kids. You were wonderful today and I really enjoyed our session together, sort of together. And I will see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. So same time, same channel. I will send out a message a little before time just to confirm. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.